This reading is for those of you who may have recently gotten back together with an ex. The Six of Swords reverse is the energy of someone who has returned. But in combination with the Hanged Man here, I feel like this relationship feels kind of stuck. The overall energy here is kind of like, okay, we're together, but what now? It's almost like the ending of the movie The Graduate. Like, he comes back and he stops the wedding. But then the movie kind of ends with them just staring at each other on a bus. So I feel like likely your trust was broken by this person pretty badly in the past. They said what they had to say or did what they wanted to do just to kind of get a certain result out of you. Magician reversed is a very manipulative energy. Could be dealing with a Pisces, Gemini, or Cancer. But this break in the trust really led you to put up your guard in a way that I don't think you had to do previously. And so I think you've rightly put up some very healthy boundaries with this person. And maybe for the first time in your life, you've really given a line in the sand here. Because while you're feeling open to giving this another shot, you do feel pretty battle-worn by everything this person has put you through. And there's some things that you are just not okay with anymore. And I feel like Spirit's really encouraging you to know what you want and to go after it. Like, I feel like you're truly appreciating your self-worth, maybe in a way that you never have before. And you're just letting this person know that you're not up for any more games, because if things don't work out with them, you know you can do better. So now that we've checked in on your side of the story, let's hear how they're feeling. So your person is really hoping that both of you have been able to move past this prior situation. And this feels a little bit like knowing what to do now, being a little bit wiser. The Ten of Swords reverse indicates that a lot of healing has been conducted here, and that's given you some clarity on the past. And this person has been coming into this relationship knowing that they have to present a new energy here. I feel like this person had a real strong need for control, that they realized that they actually have to kind of just release and surrender. Their sort of my way or the highway approach really wasn't working for anybody. And they've been giving to you into this relationship very generously. They've understood that this has to be a lot more balanced than it once was. So recently, I think you've seen a very different side of this person. They're much more attentive as well as a little more laid back. And I think they're currently expressing to you how this breakup really made them realize that you are the one for them. They feel like the two of you had to go through this separation or to find healing on your own. Particularly for them, I feel like they really couldn't learn the lessons they needed to learn with you around. And that's opened their eyes to how much they truly desire this connection. And they understand really what it comes down to is a choice. They have to choose you. They have to choose this relationship. So I do feel like they're doing what they can in this present moment to give to this relationship in a much more generous way. However, there's something that they're not fully telling you here with the Seven of Swords and Queen of Wands. Now, with the Queen of Wands showing up here again, you could be a fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But I do feel this sense that this person really honestly admires you. But there's something here that they're not fully telling you. And it's almost this feeling of like, wow, I can't believe I got away with it. The Seven of Swords indicates a thief in the night, someone who takes your money, your time, your energy. And I think maybe things have stagnated between the two of you because you're picking up on the fact that there's something else going on. So let's get some clarification on that Seven of Swords and this hidden truth. So I feel like this person has really presented this front of, be patient with me, I just don't know enough, or I'm just not capable of this. When really this is just someone who's incredibly insecure. And so they try to control your perception about them. So I feel like they've put you in this position where you're having to make the best out of a bad situation. And they may have even put a lot of pressure on you specifically to turn this stuff around. We do have heavy Sagittarius and Aries energy. I feel like likely you've been kind of going along with it. You've been saying like, yeah, I understand why you might be feeling kind of insecure and I'll do what I can to be understanding. All the while playing kind of this victim game, I think they've been plotting something not so great. I feel like with the Queen of Swords here, this person has been really careful about their communication. And so their careful choice of words has prevented you from knowing a secret that they haven't wanted you to know. High Priestess reverse can indicate another woman. But while I feel like they've put on this sort of like helpless act for you, I believe this person really kind of thinks through their actions and thinks through what they're doing. Like they're banking on you to put in all the work while they get to kind of dip in and out of things. The Knight of Wands reversed is a real flaky energy. This is someone who really can't sit still. They don't know how to really commit. This is kind of the epitome of like the grass is always greener type energy when you see the Knight of Wands in the reverse. And I feel like they've been kind of stringing you along perhaps because they know you have this sort of steady work ethic, this steady work energy. I'm very much hearing like that old saying, when the cat's away, the mice can play. Ugh. Now, I do think this person actually recognizes that they've got some karma kind of coming towards them, though. Like, they've heard the call that if they want this to actually work out between the two of you, they are really going to have to kind of get their act together here. They really know how they've been behaving is not right, and they need to really kind of head this in a whole new direction if this is going to be successful. They could be Cancer or Pisces here with these two cards. But I think they also recognize that that's going to be a really tall order for them. I feel like this is the kind of person that when the going gets tough, this person just heads out the door. Okay, now let's see what's coming up next in this connection. So I do feel like this person is going to be telling you that they really do want to be absolutely honest with you from here on out. They know they've torn the two of you apart because of their deceit. And they recognize that there's a really incredibly strong soul tie between the two of you. And I do feel like it's going to really take you by surprise how much this person is trying to realign their values. Like, I feel like you're back together with this person, but you're just like, yeah. And no shade for me. I think that's a valid response. But this person's going to be showing up for you in ways that you never expected them to show up for you before. Like, they're ready to actually demonstrate to you that their values have really shifted here. Like, the two of you had values that were very, very different before. But with values here in the reverse, they are now realizing, oh, I need to get my head out of my behind and actually appreciate who I have in my life. And I do feel like there's going to be this strong period of forgiveness between the two of you where this person's really kind of admitting to the fact of what they do and when they lie and how they deceive and how that relates to their ego. And the forgiveness path, it's a tough journey, really, particularly if someone has deceived you, lied to you, or cheated on you. And I want you to know you have every right to grieve, to feel anger, to cry, and to work through whatever emotions need to be worked through. And this person needs to be okay with allowing you to work through those emotions. Likely, though, it's going to trigger the hell out of them, okay? Because this is someone that they've got a lot of ego, right? We saw that they're incredibly insecure when we saw the Emperor reverse. That's divine masculine in a negative energy. And so this is someone that's got a lot of baggage as far as who they are, who they're meant to be, who they want to be. I feel like, they've gotten themselves into this pattern of lying or cheating or stealing because of patterns that they saw in their youth. And this has been something they've always wanted to not emulate, but here they are. They're finding themselves doing stuff the way they always said they wouldn't. I do see this tension that I saw at the beginning of the reading kind of continuing with the two of you here, at least for the near future, where we have this energy of a new chapter, right? Trying to move on, trying to move forward, trying to forge this new path for this relationship, one that's going to be brighter for the both of you. But also kind of wondering if time might be ticking on this relationship. It is really, really difficult to regain someone's trust, right? Once that trust is broken, it can be mended, but it's never going to be quite the same. Let's get some advice for you for this connection. See if there's a way to get this connection moving forward. In the overall energy for the advice, we have the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Wands reversed. Now, the Page of Pentacles, that is simply just putting one foot over the other and really taking some slow, necessary steps to mending fences. But the Page of Wands reverse is just simply kind of calling it quits. And I think the advice here is if you want to try to mend this, then be prepared for it to take a while and for it to be sort of a slow, arduous process where it feels like you're kind of starting all over again. And if you want to end things, that's okay too. Now might be a good time to walk away. So I feel like with option 1, we've got the Ace of Swords with the Sun reversed and the Strength reverse. All right, I feel like this is really kind of emphasizing the strong need for very open and clear communication between the two of you. This is going to take a lot of talking things out and talking things through, where both of you are very emotionally present for those discussions. That is going to mean that there's a lot of openness and vulnerability in these conversations with the Strength reversed here. And likely this is not going to be a good time, okay? It is going to feel pretty bumpy for quite some time. I feel like with the Ace of Swords sort of topping this group, That really indicates that the clear communication, I feel like, has the ability to eventually turn the sun right upright and turn the strength upright. You might end up happier and stronger than you ever have been before. But as the Page of Pentacles kind of indicates, this is going to be an arduous road. Now, on the flip side of that, I do think there's this path where you just kind of end things with this person. The Death card can indicate transformation, but I really feel like in this case, it is indicating an end to this connection, an end to this relationship. This is being further emphasized by the Ten of Wands reverse, where we're dropping the burdens of something that just feels very heavy and that we don't feel like we can really carry anymore. So that we can step into our own power with the Seven of Wands. We can step into our own energy. We can kind of defend who we are to ourselves. Sometimes you have to love yourself enough to not be with a person. And that's an incredibly hard realization to come to. I do feel like for some of you watching this reading, that might be the realization that is going to make the best sense for you. And I feel like you're going to know this very, very shortly. Either the communication between the two of you is going to lead you to starting to feel more balanced between each other, for this commitment between the two of you to become healed, for you guys to be making some healing progress, for this relationship to become a relationship renewed. And it's going to feel very much like you guys are working together as a team, collaborating to build something new here. Or the lack of communication or communication breakdowns are going to make it really, really abundantly clear that this is a commitment that needs to be dissolved. When we see the Nine of Swords reversed, this is a lot of miscommunication or arguing, or it could be just not talking to each other when we see this in the reverse. There's something really off about the communication, and I think that's going to become abundantly clear to you in the next few days. And without that good communication, I just don't see a healing path for this relationship. It's going to be one where we're going to have to walk away from a very serious commitment here. It could be even a marriage with the Hierophant in reverse. But this is something where we are having to kind of just say, look, if we can't talk, we really can't make this work. Now, I do want you to know, regardless of what happens with this particular situation, this energy is the energy that you are worthy of, okay? So this Two of Cups, Three of Pentacles, true and healing and equal partnership and collaborative partnership. This is the kind of energy that is meant for you, whether it's with this person or with someone else. And please know that for yourself. Love yourself to understand that this really is what you are most deserving of. All right, this was a very tough reading, but I hope it was helpful for you. If it was, please do like the reading. Please do subscribe to the channel. It's a big help to this channel's growth. And thank you so much for being here today. I do hope you'll stick around for this next reading right here. And I'll see you next time.